Welcome to Watch It or Don't. I'm Matt, here with Tom and Dan, and today we're reviewing Ted 2, directed by Seth MacFarlane, the sequel to Ted. And again, we're seeing Mark Wahlberg with his beloved teddy bear friend, and it's definitely more of the same, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's weird that Mila Kunis is gone, and they just kind of whitewash over that.
I think she probably had some contract issues, or maybe I think she had a baby or something like
So
that.
I have to say, I don't think she's in anything.
I don't know.
They kind of just wrote her out of this movie.
I think that's actually pretty common for sequels.
Oh, it's
like,
fine.
Hey, let's make up this fake excuse why this person's not in it, and I really don't care.
It just kind of renders the first movie kind of irrelevant.
I mean, a little bit. But that being said, did you like Amanda Seyfried more?
She was fine.
She was just kind of there.
Let's maybe go through the first one. Okay, so I like the first movie, Ted.
Okay.
It's not perfect. It's not great, but it was funny. It had some funny moments. It felt like a movie. It goes through like a movie.
It's
and
a better made movie than you expect it to be going into.
And this is the original Ted we're talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
And then A Million Ways to Die in the West is his other one, Seth MacFarlane's one. I thought that was a disaster. I think you guys maybe liked that a little better.
I thought it was okay.
It was what I expected from it. It was stupid jokes.
And now we have Ted 2, which I think it's not as good as Ted. It's not quite as bad as A Million Ways to Die in the West, at least for me.
I think that's actually true of me too, but I think that
our ranges are a little farther.
See, for me, it's Seth MacFarlane, and you know what to expect, and I'm not blown away by anything. I mean, you're going to see the same dick jokes and fart jokes and just obscene humor that is Seth MacFarlane, and it's always the same. You can always count on that.
But you also have to realize that, I mean, this is one of the reasons I like Seth MacFarlane, is that he's an intelligent guy. He's very well read. He's very
he's up on his pop culture.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, and he tends to do things kind of for himself rather than necessarily for the target audience. I mean, the opening credits to this movie is a big dance number like you'd see in old Hollywood.
Well, and that's one of the big things. I love his music. Yeah. Like, if we could sit down and talk about Frank Sinatra stuff, that opening thing, I'm sure lots of people just went... But that is a salute to old Hollywood, and he loves that old music, and I love him for that.
And that's just the type of thing he's interested in. So he kind of goes. He has a really broad range, and he talks about, or he focused on things in this movie that aren't maybe the most popular, like pop culture, but for the people that get the jokes or realize the references, I think it's enjoyable. At least.
Which can be hit and miss. So that's
right.
the game.
Right. I'm gonna dig into this a little bit.
Okay.
I got the pop culture references.
Yeah, sure.
I thought there were some parts of this that are extremely funny, and I laughed really hard. But there were not enough of them. Ted 1, I laughed pleasantly, and then when there weren't jokes, there was kind of the Mila Kunis, Mark Wahlberg thing that I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a good relationship.
This movie it's 2 hours long, which is about a half hour longer than it needs to be. It feels like 2.5 hours. There are long stretches where there are no laughs. And we were in a theater with lots of people who were really into this movie, and I'm just sitting in the theater, it's like, why isn't anybody laughing? There's a section in the middle of this movie where they're in, I'm not going to spoil it, but they're in a situation for about 20 minutes. It feels like 20 minutes. Maybe it's only 10. Yeah. And there are a few little jokes here and there, but it's just like, it's a total slog. It moves the plot forward barely. There's a whole plot point that could have been cut out completely.
Yeah, this could use some editing.
My only counterpoint here, though, is, I mean, I agree it went a little longer, but I didn't go into Ted 2 looking for a plot. You know?
But I went in looking for laughs, and I laughed. There's like 2 moments where I laughed hysterically, and then the rest I was like, are they going to throw anything else at us? I'm like, the first 20 minutes, there's like 4 really cool celebrity cameos. I was loving it. Yeah. And the rest of the movie, there's like nothing. I'm just like...
Well, I'll agree there's a lull. I'll agree with you. There's definitely a valley where you're like, now
4 lulls.
Okay, well, I will agree with you that it's longer than it needs to be. It could be chopped, and that would make the jokes one after the other a little bit better.
And my whole thing is that, like, again, the first movie, it's actually a movie. It's a decently crafted movie.
It works as a movie.
This is just a really long Family Guy episode. And
it is.
I mean, so I think it's a worse movie than Ted, the first one, and I think it's maybe a little bit funnier. There are a little more jokes.
Here's where you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
So Family Guy, and Matt and I were talking about this. Seth MacFarlane is almost like, he's trying to be like a modern Mel Brooks almost.
Yeah,
he's making these movies.
He's got potential to be the Mel Brooks.
Well, he's making these movies as if every single minute there's a joke. Every little bit of line, there should be some kind of joke in it. And Family Guy works like that, where everything is meant for humor. And this, they just like, sometimes they just forgot about that. It's like they try to do all this humor, and then all of a sudden, like, they just like cut back, and it's like, why are we still watching
Well, they
this?
spend a lot of time on like the story, and it's like this is a story about
And
a bear. This
no
needs
one
to
goes
be
into
funny.
this
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
for
tell
the
me,
story.
does the bear like have a life? It's like no one came
Yeah.
to see that.
I mean, the reason that's in there, I think, is just because it has to have some sort of semblance of being a movie rather than just being a really long episode.
That being said, it borrowed so much from Ted. Like at one point, they even say in the movie "Deja Vu," and I was like, yeah, it's kind of hitting it a little bit on the nose. I just feel like it was a skeleton of the first movie. They kind of took that and then put new jokes in it.
Yeah,
Would you agree with that?
I mean, the first Ted, Million Ways to Die in the West, it's all the same crap that MacFarlane's done before. And I mean,
I don't know if it is. I like Family Guy, and I liked
well,
parts of Ted.
he definitely spaces Family Guy and these apart because they try so hard not to have those cut scenes where they're like, "Hey, remember when we did this?" And then it doesn't. They only do that I think once, maybe in this movie, or twice. But they try to keep
even so. I mean, because a lot of the jokes are just little gags that they're isolated. They don't have anything to do anything,
Right?
And they take a couple minutes. And Family Guy's kind of famous for having those gags you want a little too long.
Here's the thing. Those clips are gonna be hilarious on YouTube. Like I'm gonna go on YouTube someday and look up Ted 2 little like 30-second to 2-minute clips, and I'm gonna laugh hysterically. And people out there, you're gonna watch those clips and think this movie is hilarious. You're gonna hear from friends this weekend who are like, "Oh, I saw Ted 2. Oh, this one part was so funny. This is so funny." And you go to this movie, and then you just sit there during these scenes, and you're just like, "Okay, where's the next joke coming?"
You're acting like it's a huge fault that we go in and watch all these funny clips in one sitting. I mean, I agree. There's some stuff that could be taken out, and we really wouldn't miss anything. We really wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But it's not this huge problem to go in and watch these stupid gags that are funny by themselves.
No, I like
in
them.
a row.
Well, I know you guys are getting heated,
but they're not in a row. They're like spaced out, and there's
I think we should maybe do ratings because I feel like Tom feels one way, Dan, you feel the other. Who wants to go first? Do you want me to go first? Because I'm somewhat neutral. I mean, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars, I think, mainly because I liked the first one, and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This is, again, more of the same. If I did halves, I might cut it a little bit, but I gotta say 3 out of 5. The music is what does it for me, like I said. Seth MacFarlane, I love that he uses the big bands and stuff like that, so it's a little nerdy why I like it, but 3 out of 5.
Kind of the reason that, I mean, I give this a good. It's nothing special. I mean, like I said, you're watching Seth MacFarlane do stupid jokes, and there are plenty of parts of the movie that are just like, okay, let's get done with this. But it's not enough to like make me hate the thing. I mean, it's fine. It made me laugh. I enjoyed it. It's a worse movie than the first one. Better than Million Ways to Die in the West, like we said.
Well,
it's fine. I don't think it's quite necessary to be as harsh as some people are being.
Well, Dan, what do you give it?
I hear you. I'm giving this a 4.2.
And what did you give it the first one? Just to
I think about around mid 6.5.
Okay.
So, save yourself some time. Watch the clips on YouTube. They're funny. That's all you need to see. If you want to laugh at a movie this weekend, go to Inside Out. It's much funnier. I laughed a lot harder at that one.
Oh,
you can bring your kids to that one.
No,
definitely there.
Bring your kids, bring the whole family. Anyway, we got to go. We're Watch It or Don't. Ted 2, maybe. We'll see. Be sure to check us out on Twitter now and subscribe to our videos. Thanks for watching.